Assalamu alaikum. This is me, Nawal Fatima, and I'm from International Islamic University. And I'm going to present my research, which is a comparative study of day scholars and hostlers on self-monitoring, self-efficacy, problem-solving, quality of self-enjoyment, and life satisfaction. So basically, it is a group work, and my group members are Saira Shah, Imran Umar, Samanzia Khatak, and Taiba Sahab. So, if we talk about the background of the study or motivation of the study, or we can say the basis of the study. So, what is the reason to choose this topic? So, if we talk about this, so our observation led us to choose this topic. Basically, we observed that the hostlers have a greater sense of responsibility, and they are managing their things on their own, and they are more active as compared to day scholars. So that's why we choose to study such variables, and we decided to compare the day scholars and hostlers on these variables, these positive variables. So let's discuss introduction. Wait a second. Introduction. So as I have told you that there are 5 variables: self-monitoring, self-efficacy, problem-solving, quality of self-enjoyment, and life satisfaction. So let's discuss them one by one. What is self-monitoring? Self-monitoring is basically refers to the observation, management, and control of the expressive behavior and self-presentation of individual, depending on social and situational cues. So if we talk about the self-efficacy, it is a concept given by Bandura. Self-efficacy is it is a belief of an individual to do a specific task according to his or her skills to obtain a desired outcome. So if we talk about the next variable, which is problem solving, it is basically for transforming initial situation into a desired outcome. When an individual use cognitive process, it is called problem solving. If we talk about the quality of life enjoyment, a psychological condition which indicates level of enjoyable involvement with the environment. And lastly, if we talk about the life satisfaction is basically a favorable assessment between a person's view of their living situation and set standards. So these variables that we have included in our research. So let's move towards the literature review. If we talk about the previous studies, most of the previous studies compare the hostlers and day scholars on self-concept, attention, and personality dynamics, and personality development. None of the study discusses these variables which we have included in our research, such as self-monitoring or self-efficacy, problem solving, and life satisfaction, etc. So that's why we decided to compare the day scholars and hostlers on such variables. So here we have included some researches related to day scholars, hostlers, and varying residencies. So basically, it is basically the overall view of literature review, we can say. So next, move towards the rationale of the study. Basically, the main goal of the study was to compare the day scholars and hostlers on different variables. As I have told you, self-monitoring, self-efficacy, problem solving, and sense of self-enjoyment, how you can enjoy yourself and how you can enjoy your me time, and satisfaction with life. So basically, as I have mentioned before, that previous research is showing the mixed results of the comparison of day scholars and hostlers on different variables, not these variables, but different variables. So that's why we decided to compare the day scholars and hostlers on these variables. So objectives of the study, if we see here, objectives of the study to study the relationship between. This research is basically conducted to study the relationship between the self-monitoring, self-efficacy, problem-solving, quality of self-enjoyment, life satisfaction among the day scholars and hostlers, to determine the effect of self-monitoring on problem-solving, quality of self-enjoyment, life satisfaction, and to examine the effect of self-efficacy on problem-solving, quality of self-enjoyment, and life satisfaction, and to investigate the effect of demographic variables such as gender, age, education, family type, family income, place of residence as hostlers and day scholars on self-monitoring, self-efficacy, problem-solving, quality of self-enjoyment, and life satisfaction. So the most important one is to examine the difference among the day scholars and hostlers on these variables. So if moving towards hypothesis, so first one hypothesis is there is a positive relationship between these variables, and self-monitoring predicts the problem-solving, quality of self-enjoyment, and life satisfaction, and self-efficacy leads to problem-solving, quality of self-enjoyment, and life satisfaction. And there is a significant difference between the hostlers and day scholars. It is basically the most important hypothesis of our study, and there is a significant difference, or there is a difference between day scholars male and day scholar males and females, and hostlers males and females as well. So conceptual framework of our research. In conceptual framework here, you can see that self-monitoring and self-efficacy are independent variables, and problem-solving, quality of self-enjoyment, and life satisfaction were dependent variables in our study. And in method we have used convenience sampling technique, and sample was divided into two categories: day scholars and hostlers, and 200 were day scholars and 200 were hostlers. And we took the data from different government and private universities of Islamabad, in our university IIUI, Nawal University, NAS University, Ikra University, and Fatima University, and other different universities. So instruments we have used in our research, there are 5 instruments we have used. First one is self-monitoring scale by Snyder, which is basically a Likert type rating scale. And second one is general self-efficacy scale, which was developed by Schwarzer and Jerusalem by in 1995, and it is basically a 4-point Likert rating scale. Third one is independent and interdependence problem-solving scale by Rubin, Watt, and Romelli, which was 7-point Likert scale. Quality of life, enjoyment, and satisfaction questionnaire was our 4th scale, which we have used. It had 16 items. So basically, it is a shorter version of quality of life, enjoyment, and satisfaction questionnaire, which we have used. And last one is satisfaction with life scale by Diner and his colleagues. It has 5 items, and it is a 7-point Likert scale. So if we talk about the procedure, after taking the permission from the higher authorities, we collect the data from different universities, and we give them a consent form and questionnaire, and told to answer honestly and sincerely with their true feelings. And the data was then encoded and statistically evaluated by IBM SPS version 21, and we basically ran the analysis of regression, correlation, and t-test we have used. So from the result section, I have included two major tables and 2 major tables of the result section here. You can see first one is correlation, second one is t-test. So if we see the correlation, you can see there is a significant positive correlation in most of the variables, except life satisfaction with the except self-efficacy No, sorry. Self-monitoring and problem solving and life satisfaction have only a positive relationship between among them, but other variables have a significant positive correlation. So, if we talk about the next table, it is a T value or T test table in which we can clearly see that self-efficacy and life satisfaction have a significant difference, and on significant difference among the day scholars and hostlers. So basically, is hostlers are higher on self-efficacy and life satisfaction as compared to day scholars. Now we have discussion. In discussion, we have included the findings of our research, and we have discussed the results, in which a very important and very major finding of our study was there is a significant difference between the day scholars and hostlers on self-efficacy and life satisfaction. So basically, these are all the crux or all the main points of our study findings. Next we will see implications. So implications, we have discussed what are the practical applications of our study. So considering the results of the study, a distinct treatment needs to be given to both groups if dealing with their self-efficacy and life satisfaction. All these variables such as self-monitoring, self-efficacy, problem solving, life satisfaction, quality of self-enjoyment should be studied relevantly with each other, because they are positively related. As I have told you that there is a significant positive correlation among these variables. These were the implications. Now let's move towards the conclusion. So it is concluded that varying kind of residence does exert or can produce the influence on personality dynamics. Significant difference, as the findings of the study says that significant difference is observed between the self-efficacy and life satisfaction of day scholars and hostlers, and no significant difference between the day scholars and hostlers was found on self-monitoring, problem solving, and quality of life enjoyment. And lastly, we recommend the other researchers that other variables, other demographic variables should be studied on the basis of the study. So basically, future researchers should consider other demographic variables in their researches, considering this research. So this was all from my research or our research. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you.